Welcome to Gunners News Network, your ultimate destination for all things Arsenal FC. In today's news, Arsenal are back in action on Wednesday after drawing 1-1 against Brentford and putting 3 goals past Real Madrid. The European champions have been working behind the scenes. So today we'll break down all the media antics, Arsenal news, transfers, and big contracts of players. If you enjoy this video, smash a like and subscribe to the channel to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Let's dive in. First up, let's talk about the return game of the Champions League. Arsenal is heading to Spain for the second leg to play against the European giants, Real Madrid. The first leg ended with a stunning 3-0 victory for Arsenal. But now the stage is set at the Santiago Bernabeu, and both teams have a lot on the line. Arsenal's date with destiny has arrived, and Mikel Arteta and his players have been saying they'll stick to their normal game plan. But let's be real, a 3-0 lead is both comfortable and incredibly strange. Do they go all out and press for more goals, or do they sit back and defend their lead? It's a tricky situation for Arsenal, but one thing's for sure, they've got the momentum and the confidence. On the other side, Real Madrid has nothing to lose. They'll come flying out of the blocks early, knowing they need a score quickly to get back into the game. But they're also aware of how dangerous Arsenal can be on the counterattack, with Martinelli and Saka out wide. Carlo Ancelotti and Real have been in these situations before, but this remontada seems more challenging than most. Let's break down the predicted lineups for both teams and see how Ancelotti and Arteta could approach this crucial match. Real Madrid predicted lineup: goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois; defenders, Lucas Vazquez, Raul Asensio, Antonio Rudiger, Daniel Carvajal; midfielders, Fede Valverde, Aurelien Tchouaméni; forwards, Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe. Ancelotti is likely to line up with Vazquez and Carvajal at right back and left back, respectively, after their struggles in the first leg. Not having Ferland Mendy fit is a big blow, but Carvajal is a natural fullback and should fare better than Alaba, who is not yet back to full fitness. Asensio will likely continue at center back with Rudiger. In midfield, having Tchouaméni back from suspension is huge, as Real were overwhelmed in the first leg. Valverde moving back into midfield will help with that and should make Real much more aggressive. The attacking quartet of Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., and Mbappe is a given, and Rodrigo will likely start but could be a great option off the bench if Real gets ahead. Arsenal predicted lineup: goal defenders, Jurrien Timber, William Saliba, Jakub Kiwior, Miles Lewis-Skelly; midfielders, Martin Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice; forwards, Bukayo Saka, Mikel Merino, Gabriel Martinelli. Both Timber and Lewis-Skelly were rested at the weekend and will start, while Kiwior will once again start alongside Saliba. The Polish center-back has looked solid enough, but he'll need to have one of the best games of his life to keep Real's forward line quiet. Odegaard, Partey, and Rice are the engine room of this Arsenal side, and all 3 excelled in the first leg. Their task will be tougher this time with Valverde and Tchouaméni up against them. In attack, Saka will start on the right, and Martinelli will probably get the nod on the left. Merino should start as a central striker again, but don't be surprised if Trossard starts in that role to create space for Saka and Martinelli to exploit. This match is going to be a tactical battle, with both managers having to make crucial decisions. Arsenal will need to balance their attack and defense, while Real Madrid will need to find a way to break down a solid Arsenal backline and score early. It's going to be an intense 90 minutes, and we can't wait to see how it unfolds. Now, let's move on to the media antics and the latest from Arsenal's contract talks with Bukayo Saka. Andrea Berta, Arsenal's new sporting director, is prepared to make Saka the club's highest-paid player. That's right, Gunners. According to TBR Football, Arsenal is willing to offer the England forward a whopping £300,000 a week. This is a massive statement from the club, showing just how much they value Saka. Saka has been on fire since returning from injury. You might remember that he underwent surgery late last year after a hamstring issue, which was a significant blow to Arsenal's title hopes. But since his return, he's been absolutely spectacular, proving just how much he means to this team. In fact, he was arguably Arsenal's best player against Real Madrid, up until Declan Rice's stunning free kicks. Saka's current deal, which he signed in 2023, runs until 2027. But with only 2 years left in a few months, Berta made Saka'S contract a priority as soon as he arrived at the Emirates Stadium. Along with William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, securing Saka'S future is seen as more important than any incoming transfer. Saka has been very clear about his intentions. He said at a press conference, "For me, I want to win, and I want to win wearing this badge. The fans know how much I love them, and I'm really happy to be here. I'm just focused on winning." Arsenal has received a major injury boost with Thomas Partey back in training. Partey was forced off in the second half of Saturday's 1-1 draw against Brentford, which raised some serious fitness concerns before this crucial match. Mikel Arteta had mentioned after the Brentford game that Partey felt something. But the good news is that Partey trained with the rest of the Arsenal squad on Tuesday morning before they flew out to Spain. His availability is a massive boost to the Gunners, who currently lead 3-0 from the first leg at the Emirates Stadium. However, it's not all good news. Jorginho has been ruled out of the second leg after being forced off late in the Brentford match. On the brighter side, Ben White trained after missing the Brentford game due to an issue he felt in training. Arteta had said last week that White wasn't ready, but he seems to be back on track now. Jurrien Timber, who wasn't ready to start against Brentford, according to Arteta, is expected to start at right back. Jakub Kiwior is also expected to continue at center back alongside William Saliba, in the absence of Gabriel, who will miss the rest of the season with a hamstring injury. Arteta will provide a full fitness update on the Arsenal squad when he holds a press conference in Madrid on Tuesday evening. This is a crucial time for Arsenal, and having key players like Partey back in the mix could make all the difference. In other news, according to Darren Plant, senior reporter, Arsenal have reportedly made a major decision regarding Raheem Sterling's future. Sterling joined Arsenal on a season-long loan from Chelsea, reuniting with Mikel Arteta after their time together at Manchester City. There were high hopes that Sterling could reignite his career at the Emirates, but so far, he's been limited to just 11 starts and 13 substitute appearances. However, Sterling has shown some promise recently, providing 3 assists in just 135 minutes against PSV Eindhoven and Everton. Despite these glimpses of brilliance, it seems that it hasn't been enough to convince Arteta or Arsenal to pursue a permanent transfer. According to Football Insider, Arsenal has decided against negotiating a fee with Chelsea for Sterling. Instead, he will return to Chelsea at the end of the season as Arsenal moves in a different direction under new sporting director Andrea Berta. So, it looks like Sterling's future at Arsenal is coming to an end, with Chelsea now needing to decide how to handle his situation moving forward. Sky Germany reports that Bayern Munich is willing to sell Coman, and Arsenal has already made contact with his representatives to explore the possibility of a move. It's claimed that Bayern will be looking for a fee of around £35 million, though that could rise to closer to £45 million if clubs from Saudi Arabia show interest. After a relatively quiet January window, it looks like Arsenal is gearing up for a busy summer under new sporting director Andrea Berta. Mikel Arteta recently said, "It's going to be a big one, summer, and we are very excited about it. When you're going to go again, we want to increase the depth of the squad and the quality and the skills that we need to go to the next step." Victor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko are among the strikers linked with a move to North London, while Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams also remains a target. In midfield, Arsenal is hoping to wrap up the signing of Martin Zubimendi, with the futures of Jorginho and Thomas Partey, who are both out of contract at the end of the season, still uncertain. Lastly, Brentford captain Christian Norgard has apologized to Arsenal winger Gabriel Martinelli for a tackle that Martinelli claimed could have broken his leg. The incident occurred during the first half of the match at the Emirates Stadium, where Norgard caught Martinelli from behind. Norgard has since apologized, insisting that he would never intentionally hurt another player. Martinelli accepted the apology and the two shook hands. So, it looks like the matter has been resolved amicably, with both players moving forward. That's all for now, folks. Stay tuned for more updates on Arsenal's transfer activity and their upcoming matches. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Gunners News Network.